BrideMilla, and I'm back with another video. So the other day I went out shopping and I got my kids some school supplies. School isn't back in until August, but I'm already trying to catch all the sales that I can so that I can get ahead of this so I don't have to spend so much money right before school starts. So this is a crayon box. It holds 24 crayons in here. It just opens like this and closes like this. So what I'm going to do is my son wants his name on the front of the crayon box right here. So I'm going to make his name. I'm going to place it on here today. So check out this video. Stay tuned. So for this video today, we're going to use the crayon box here, the cricut scraper, cricut reader, and a pair of scissors. I have craftopia transfer tape. And a whole inch, yes. So I'm gonna make this 2.5. So now I have it at 2.5 inches for the width, and then I have it at a little bit more than an inch for the height. I'm gonna take that down just a little bit. So it's just a little bit bigger than an inch, and 2.4 for the width. So that's done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click Make It, which is in your top right hand corner. And you'll see that Michael is here. It's really small. So I don't think I'm going to use the full sheet on the mat because I have a scrap piece of red Oracle 651 that I can use. So I'm going to use that instead of having to use the whole sheet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it maybe 3 times on here so that in case he needs his name for something else, I already have it already cut. Because back to school time, a lot of the teachers want children to have their names on stuff. Unless they do community supplies, then they may ask that you don't put their name on there. Alright, so this is the mat, and this is the scrap piece of Oracle 651 vinyl that I have. I'm going to line it up with the top left hand corner. I'm going to put the edge across and the side down. Like this. So this ends up being about a 4-inch by 6-inch roughly piece of vinyl. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this 4 times. So in the top left hand corner, it says project copies, and you could just change the number to 4, and then they will all show up on the mat and create it like this. And so it is 4 by, so I got 4 of them, and this way. So I'm going to cut them just like this. I'm going to click continue. Can you turn the Cricut on for me? This takes you to the screen where it has to connect to your machine. So whatever machines you have connected here will come up. This one is connected by USB. I also have the Cricut Maker here as well. But we will be using the Cricut Air Explorer 2 today. The type of vinyl I'm going to use is, I always use custom setting and then Cricut for premium outdoor vinyl. It generally seems to give me the best cut, but if there's something else that works for you better, you're more than welcome to use that, but this is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the machine to get cut, and I'll be right back. Alright, now the cut is done. Going to unload the mat. Click dismiss. So it's good to pull your mat away from the vinyl instead of pulling your vinyl away from the mat. So that your mat bends, not your vinyl. Alright. And make sure that you replace your cover for your vinyl, for your mat. Make sure you replace the cover on there so you can keep it from getting all dusty and debris on it, and it's better for storage. Alright, so then this has been cut. I'm going to now weed it, which is the terminology used to describe us removing the excess vinyl away from here. Since the design stops here and there's like an inch of vinyl left, I'm going to cut that because I saved my scraps. You call me what you want to, but I saved my scraps because they always come in handy. You know, this was a scrap, and I'm getting another use out of that. So the font that I used was DJ Juicy. It's a Cricut font. So now that I've cut the Michael out, I'm going to now weed it. Generally start in the top corner, somewhere away from the designs, if I can, and just pull back slowly, because sometimes the vinyl will roll, and if it gets to the point where it rolls on top of itself, it can be difficult to separate. So the best thing is just to take your time when you're pulling it apart. But this was really easy to weed, not a lot. So there's that part, and I just set that to the side. And then you want to go back and remove the inside of the E and the A. And then that part is done for you too. So then we have Michael here. So what I'm going to do is take this Craftopia transfer sheet. So they have a smaller version of this. I like the big version because I normally do some big projects and some small projects, and because I never know what I'm going to use. I bought the big and I could just always cut it. So that's what I'm going to do. Because we know this is like an inch, a little bit bigger than an inch. So I'm just going to cut 2 squares up and maybe 4 squares across. Just like this. And then what you'll do is you'll remove the transfer tape. You'll move the transfer tape from the backing. Sometimes it's easier than others. So you just remove it like this. And then I'll take the vinyl, lay it down, and place this right on top of here. And I try to make sure that I lay it down straight, because sometimes if the lines are crooked, it makes it confusing when you're putting it onto whatever you're putting it on. Make sure you take your Cricut scraper and you scrape it. Give it a good scrape on the front side, and then make sure you flip it over and do it again on the back too. And you make sure that the letters come off the vinyl backing onto the transfer tape really smoothly. So once that's done, you'll just transfer it over onto whatever object you're using. Remember, today we're putting this on to the Crayonbox. So I'm just going to peel this off. And look how easily that came off. Super simple. Again, here's the box. So now I have it on the box. I'm going to use my fingers to smooth it down. And then I'm going to use the Cricut scraper to go back and to scrape on here on top of the transfer tape to make sure that this is going to adhere properly. Just like that. And then I'm going to slowly pull the transfer tape away. Up. The M didn't want to stay. I'll make sure I go back over that again. So, at an angle, just roll it down slowly. Just like this. And there you have it. So now my son's name is on his crayon box. And nobody can mistake it for theirs because I did it myself. So this is really super simple. You could do this for the pencil cases, crayon boxes, whatever you choose. Just a simple decal on there. Just something I'm trying for the school year to have his names placed on stuff instead of me having to write it all. Plus, I like using my Cricut. Any reason I can find to use my Cricut. Alright guys, that's all for today. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.